What is the today topic? Today topic is pricing procedure. So what is this pricing procedure? Why it is so important pricing procedure, and what is this pricing procedure? See, the pricing procedure having the different pricing components. So what components it is there? So there are so many components like gross price, basic price, and discounts, and freight charges, surcharges, okay, taxes. So there are so many pricing components are there. So when you are designing that, okay, I'm just going with that. Okay, if I just go to one material, suppose let's say I have a pen. Okay, so this pen having the basic price. Okay, this pen having the some surcharges. Okay, so this pen having the some freight charges. Okay, this pen having that some discount, and pen having that might be it is impacted some other charges like input tax when you are buying from outside, right? And when we just discussing about other factors like, okay, we can also packing charges we can do, and we can do the unloading charges. Okay, unloading charges, like so many components will be included when there is a final price which we are getting. Okay, so let's example, I just take the 25 kgs of rice bag. Okay, so I just go with the rice bag. So when we're just talking about a rice bag, okay, so suppose let's say vendor says that the basic price of this rice per kg, he told that 1 kg of the rice, the basic price is 47 rupees. Let's assume that 47 rupees is the basic price. But he said that, okay, there is some freight charges to transport that product to your location. That means it might be home delivery. It's kind of home delivery. There is a freight charges will be there. Let's say he said that that's some kind of that 100 rupees is the constant price. Okay, the freight charges, it might be can be calculated percentage, or it maybe can be calculated fixed cost. Okay, fixed amount, or it might be can calculated per quantity. Okay, what is the meaning of this percentage per quantity of fixed amount? If the fixed amount, that means 100 rupees straightforward. What, even if you are taking 25 kgs, 50 kgs, 30 kgs, 100 kgs, the per fixed amount is 100 rupees. But if I just take that percentage, what will be happen on total amount? On total amount or on total gross price. Okay, so they said that 10 percentage. So that means if the price of the bag is, suppose let's say it's cost of the 5,000 rupees, let's assume that 5,000 rupees, then the freight charges 10%, right? That means what is the 10% of 5,000? It's a 500 rupees, no? 500. So that is the fixed amount. Okay, that is a percentage of the amount. Suppose per quantity. If suppose we just talking about the per quantity, so this price of bag is 50 kgs. Let's assume that this is 50 kgs. Okay, so freight charges, they say that per kg is 10 rupees. Per kg is 10 rupees. So then what is the freight cost here? 50 kg into 50 into 10, that is 500. So it depends on the how you are designing that, how you are designing your components, price components, based on a percentage, fixed amount per quantity. That based on that, the system will be calculating your price. Okay, so this is the one example, right? So if suppose the my vendor says that you will get some 5% of discount, 5% of discount. So that means out of this 5,000 rupees, okay, out of this 5,000 rupees, okay, so I will be getting that 5% of 5% discount. So that is how much it is. 5% means you will get a discount of 250. 250 you are getting. That means 4,750 rupees, right? So 5% discount you are getting. So we are not adding here, right? We are subtracting. That means it is the discount is Discount is nothing but like it's a negative sign. Okay, uh, we just subtracting from the total price. Okay, so it depends on the how your company they have the structure, pricing structure, how they have. So some people how will be like they have the gross price. So gross price, then out of the gross price they are charging that discount. Okay, that is the net price. Then having the net price including taxes, including the taxes, like suppose let's say 1% of 10% of tax to pay to the government input tax code. Okay, then out of this they are calculating that freight charges. So freight charges on what? Freight charges on, it is on net price or net price of including tax. Okay, so then total price. So my client is they have the design that basic price, on basic price they are calculating discount, that is called net price. On net price again taxes will be there, input tax, again on that the freight cost will be calculated. So that is the total effective price, right? So to get the total effective price there are so many pricing components are impacted, depends on the your client requirement. It might be the packing charges, it might be surcharges, it may be the loading unloading charges, labor charges, any charges we can include. So how you can design that into the SAP, that we are discussing now. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so to price components, I discussed about pricing components, right? So pricing component we generally call as a condition type. To technical way in SAP, we are creating the condition type for the each price component. So like example, PB00. I'll just put that PB00. Yeah. So PB00 is, let's say it's a gross price or basic price. Okay, then on that a discount will be there. Suppose let's say example HP00. This is the discount. Okay, again on this again freight charges will be there for A1. Okay, so like we have the different condition types. Each condition type which is describing that is the pricing component. Okay, so if you have labor charges you can create some labor cost. If you have the surcharges you can add surcharges, discount, condition type, like you can create the multiple condition types. Clear? Is it clear? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so here you need to understand that. Okay, you need to understand that there are two different condition types are there. Okay, when we just differentiating the condition type, okay, there is the two types of condition types are there. What is that? One is time dependent condition type, time dependent condition type. Okay, and the other one is time independent condition type. So what is the difference between the time dependent condition type and time independent condition type? Time dependent means especially we can design the price, the price we can define particular period, like next 2 days we have this price, the other next 2 days there is a different price, after 2 days there is a different price. So that means especially I'm just defining that particular period, I can predefining that, we just giving the price. This next 10 days this is the price of this component. Okay, this next 10 days this is the freight charges for this component. So like we are defining that is the time dependent, where you have the from and to date, that is the time dependent date. And time independent it is nothing but like a, so you are not defining before that. When you creating the PO, so you are entering manually on time. Okay, you are maintaining that as a time independent, so it is not dependent on any time period. So on spot when you creating PO you are entering the time independent price. Okay, clear? So that means you can create time dependent condition type or you can create time independent condition type. Both you can create. So how we can differentiate that? So if you going with a time dependent condition type, you must be create the access sequence. So what is this access sequence? Okay, so in this, in time independent document condition type, we don't have any access sequence, but time dependent condition type, we have the access sequence. What is this access sequence? So in this access sequence, we are designing that on what basis we are defining this condition. Okay, that means if suppose basic price is there, so basic price, when you're talking about that particular plant level, it is different, or particular purchasing organization level it's different, or a particular vendor the price will be different. So there will be the some characteristics will be the matching. So same material, let's assume that material one. Okay, let's example, we'll take the rice bag only. Okay, so rice bag, if I go to vendor 1, okay, they said that 47 rupees per kg uh, for next 2 months, so there is no change. And vendor 2, if I go to vendor 2, he said that 49 rupees per kg, but this will be changed for after 1 week, so it is only valid for 1 week. Okay, so vendor 3, this she said that okay, it will be like 50 rupees for 1 year. So there is no change, even there is a fluctuation in the market. So that means depends on the characteristic, the character, it is changing, right? So in this case, the material is same, but vendor is different. Okay, if suppose material and plant, let's assume that in the Mumbai plant, okay, so same vendor, I'm just taking one more example. If suppose plant, Mumbai plant, so in Mumbai plant, vendor 1, 47 rupees per kg, 2 months valid. Again, same vendor 1, 49 rupees per kg when it is a Bangalore. Okay, so like different plant level also they can define. That means, and in that case, you can consider this is the one character. So when you are defining the time dependent condition type, that time dependent condition type have the axis sequence. That axis sequence have the set of the fields. Set of the fields. What is the set of fields? It maybe we are just considering that material has a one parameter, and vendor is the one parameter, and another one is we are just considering as a plant is a one parameter. So like the combinations, it will be different. Some cases only material and vendor. Okay, some cases only might be material is same, but okay, there is no vendor, it is just constant value, but by plant level it is different. So like the combination can be changed. So when you want to be define the condition type for axis sequence, in this axis sequence we are defining the multiple set of the combinations. Is it clear? Is it clear? Any question
Yes,
here?
yes, sir.
Any questions? So
No, sir.
now these fields, how you are getting, these fields where you are getting. So for that, what we are taking, we are defining the our own condition table. In this condition table, we are adding the fields. What are the fields are there? That means material, vendor, plant, purchasing organization. That we are just defining the combination we are defining. So suppose let's assume that I'm just 9 series. I'm just defining 901 table. So this 901 table having the material and the plant and vendor. Okay, 902 combination. So this 902 having the material and vendor. 903 combination. Okay, so material and purchasing info record, like I'm just putting that purchasing info record, like we can maintain the multiple set of the combinations. So when you want to be maintain the condition records, that means time dependent condition type, you can consider based on the what condition table you are assigned for this axis sequence, that axis sequence is assigned to our condition type. So based on the parameters you are maintained, you can maintain the your condition record. So either only one. If it is a again duplicate, then it is very difficult. So if you are maintaining material plant vendor, then you should not change that. Okay, same material you cannot maintain the other condition record. You have to be maintain only one, because if you are maintaining these two condition records, then system will be confusing that whether we have to go with this combination or whether we have to go with these combinations again. Okay, so you have to be properly take that which condition record you want to take it. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now the process step one is the step 1 is, first you have to be defined condition table. First you have to define condition table, which of the set of the combinations you have to define. Then you have to create the access sequence. In this access sequence you have to be assign the condition tables. Okay, so assign the condition tables. Then this access sequence you are assigning to your condition type. If it is time dependent, not for every condition type, only time dependent condition types you can assign the access sequence. Okay, so these 3 steps are any doubts? These 3 steps, any doubts? Why we are creating the condition table? Why we are creating access sequence? Why we are creating condition type? Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, sir.
So access sequence is nothing but like it's a search strategy. It is a search strategy, how you want to be search the record. So that's searching for the records. What we are doing, we are just creating the combination of the different combination of fields, right? So let's go with the first, go to SAP and define the condition table. How to define the condition table? Okay, so let's go to SPRO and SAP reference IMG, and go to material management. So what is our planning now? We are defining the pricing procedure, pricing structure. Okay, so as we define the pricing structure, we have to define. So let's go to that here. Then go to purchasing and go to the, where is the other which is there here, conditions is there. Then you can go to here, the price determination process. Here first you have to go to create your condition tables. Okay, so first you have to define your condition tables. Go to here. So this is the access sequence. In this access sequence, what you are doing, you are just defining the whatever you are defined the condition tables, you can assign here. Okay, so we have the standard also. We can have the standard condition tables also, or you can define your own condition tables also. Okay, so first let's go to define a maintain condition table. Here the maintain condition tables are there. Just go to here and create condition table or existing condition tables, anything which you can use. Standard already we have the some customized tables are there, standard tables are there. So the tables which is ending with 899. Okay, so if you want to be create any customized condition table, always you have to be defined with 9 series. That means if it is the 9 series, that is the customized one. Okay, if it is a below that means 8 series or 7 series, 6 series, that condition tables already SAP provided, already it is created by SAP. So you cannot create within the 800 limit. You have to be defined only after 900, 901, 902, 902, like you can create your condition tables. So already we have the standard tables. If you want to be use standard table, you can use that. The combinations, there are multiple combinations are there, you can use that. But if you want to be create your own customer, if you see here, the base, product, material, plant, vendor, this combination, this is the already table is there. So when you are defining that, you can define that your own customized one also. So I'll just go with that. I'll just defining that something like 960. So I'm just searching for that, whether already this condition table is there or not there. So there is no 960, 907 is there, 9061 is there. Or else I will go with 901, directly 901 I'll be creating. Okay, so this is 901. So system is telling that there is no 901 table. So what to do? I have to click on create. Okay, so click on create. If you have already table, you can take the reference. If it is not there, you can leave it. Just enter. Now you can check that what field you want to be taken to. So my plan is the highest level is vendor, the top level is vendor. So first select a vendor. Where is the vendor? So I will go to supplier. So okay, so just double click on that, it will come to the left side. Then after that supplier, I want to take the plant also. Okay, double click on plant. Okay, and the next one I want to go with the material number. Okay, why I'm taking the last as a material number? So I will tell you later why I'm just taking the last as a material number. You can take it as a first also, but why I'm just taking this one material number, just I will take. So now double click on that. So now vendor, plant and material. That means when from this vendor in this plant, this any material of the whatever the material which you maintain, that price is you are maintaining in the condition record. Okay, so I'm just taking the combinations of these three. Then click on generate. Click on generate here. Okay, so system is telling that already 363 standard already available. If you want to take it up, you can directly take it up to 363, or you want to be create still, then enter strongly, you can enter. So do you want to be generator conditionable? Yes. Okay, so packages, you can enter the packages. Every project have their own packages. You can ask that project team what is the package number. So in case if you are doing testing, then you can save in the local object. Okay, but in case if it is a project, okay, you have to be enter the proper package number, which is a project team having the project number. But in this case we don't have any packages. Generally how it would be like, if you want to be such that if mm related, so you can put that star mm. So there might be having the some packages which is created by already team. Okay, so mm, I'm just putting the mm. So mm, any mm related we have. Okay, that application you can select. Okay, so that will be stored to the application area, mm application area, it will store. Okay, but if you are doing testing, then you can save into the local object. What is the difference is, if you are saving in the package, it will be creating in the transport request. Tomorrow if you want to be moved to the other system, you can move it. If you are saving in the local object, the system will not be create any transport request. So these changes cannot be moved to the other systems, like development to quality, quality to production. Okay, so I'm just going with the local object because this is testing server. Okay, in case we have the standard $tmp also, that you can use. Okay, so now the system is created at the condition table. So this condition table is A901. Okay, A901. So A901 table was created in the background. So you can go to SC69, the SC69, you can go to SC69 A901, which I created. So the system is created A901 condition table. That condition table having that supplier information, plant information, material information. These three combination, valid and valid 2, you are maintaining the price information. Okay, so like when you creating that, the system will be creating that the respect to table. Okay, so if you are using ST pricing browser, they having a different series, like the V series, B series, S series, like that. So our series is MM series, for pricing browser A series, A901. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions, I will go for next. Okay, so this is the one combination which I created, and I will be creating one more combination also, 902, and this time I'll be taking that. I will be taking the purchasing organization. I'll just take the purchasing organization in the top, and I'll be taking the vendor supplier in the top, and I'll be taking the purchasing, and I can go with the material. Okay. So you can take whatever the combinations, it depends on the client requirement, you can take it up. So if you don't want to go with material, if you want to go with the material group, you can create. Okay, you can use the material group also. So I just taken these combinations. Okay, these combinations I'm just taking, and click on generate. So again 550 standard it is there. If you want to use that, you can use it. Okay, so save. Again, uh, it is saving the $TMP because local object which is there. So okay, so I have created 901 and 902. So the condition tables are ready. So what I did first step, the first step is I have defined that the combinations. One combination was A901, which having that plant and material and vendor. This is the three combinations. Okay, then the next is I have created the A902, which is like I have created the purchasing organization, material and vendor. Okay, so if I maintain a purchasing organization for all the plants, whatever it is respect to plants, all it is the same price. Okay, so now I'll be creating the access sequence. Now I have the condition tables. So what I will do, I'll just create our own condition access sequence. So go back again. Now these condition tables are done. Now I'll be going to top and create the access sequence. Okay, so go to access sequence. Now I'm just creating the condition access sequence. Anything which you can take it up. Gross price per you are planning for the freight charges, you are planning for the gross price, how you are planning that, you can go with that. Suppose I'm just planning for the gross price. So you can go to here and just go to access sequence. You can see that the combinations, different combinations are there. So what I will do, I'll just go with my own access sequence. So I'll just copying, or I can go with the own. I can create my own different own I can create. So what I'll do, I'll go to new entries and I'll put jet pp 0, just creating for gross price. So my target is when I'm maintaining the material price, I'm maintaining the material price. When I'm just maintaining the material price, I want to be consider the above combinations. Okay, so when I'm just maintaining the material price, the above combination have to be maintained. So for that, what I did, I just creating my own customized one. Okay, so you can take the standard one also. You can take the standard one also. Okay, or else you can use the your own, or you can use the standard also. Okay, so I'll just create it first axis sequence. Now select this axis sequence, click on axes, click on new entries, and the sequence first you want to be go with what combination. Whether you want to be go with this combination, the first which we are defined already, the first combination you want to go with this combination or this combination. Okay, so I will just go with any combination, we can go with, no problem. Okay, I'll just defining first I 01 and putting that table like 902. So A902. Okay, sorry, 902 you can put directly. Okay, then exclusive, select exclusive. Okay, if you want to go with the different number ranges also, you can go with like 0, 5, 10, like that you can go with that. Because why? Because in future if they want to be add any new table, the combination in between the anything which is priority, then it is very difficult. So if you are using 01, 02, 03, 04 like that, so the system will be taking the sequence like, if you want to be maintain any new combination also, system will not accept it because you don't have any space to maintain. If I just maintain 0, 5, 10, okay, in case if I want to be maintained some very important combination in the high level first priority, then I can go directly put it 01 and I can maintain that combination. Okay, so that's why I can go with the 0, 5, 10 or like that. Whatever it is your wish, you can go ahead. So I selected that. Okay, now the enter. So now this 902, 901 we created. So let's see, select this one, click on fields, just click on fields, enter. Then you can see that here 902 having the combinations of purchasing organization, supplier and material. So these three combinations. Okay. And if I go to 901, if I go to 901, select the 901, click on fields, enter, then you can go supplier, plant, material. So the combinations, okay, this is the such strategy. When you are planning to maintain the condition record for the condition type, it will checking that what axis sequence it is assigned. For that axis sequence, what condition tables are there. That condition table combination it will take. Okay, save. Okay, so here we have the requirement also. In this requirement, what you can do in the requirement, if you want to be maintain any customization means any technical customization you want to be do, that you can maintain. Suppose let's say normal pricing normal is there. Suppose let's say in this case I want to be maintain some condition. Okay, so that means when it is capturing this condition type on this axis sequence, I can write some logic that it should be calculated based on these parameters. Like you can write a customized also above logic. Okay, so this is technical related completely. Okay, so in that case you can assign that requirement here. Okay, now save, go back, go save, go back, save, go back. Now I have created axis sequence. Where we are assigning this axis sequence, can go to condition types. Okay, and you can go to the pricing condition types. We have standard condition types are there. Okay, you have to be by heart these condition types, some of the condition types. One is like PB00, which is for the gross price. Again, it is the time dependent condition type. Okay, PBXX also is the gross price. This is time independent. Okay, so what is the difference between these two, time dependent and time independent? What is the difference for time dependent, time independent? In this time dependent only you are assigning the axis sequence. Okay, so you are assigning the axis sequence for the only time dependent, not for the time independent. Time independent is nothing but like it is directly you are maintaining at pivot. So it will not search any condition records you are maintained. Okay, so automatically the system it will ask that you have to be maintained manually for this PBWX. Okay, so like we have the other condition types also, FRA1, okay, FRB1, FRC1. This is all freight related, percentage, fixed amount, okay, like per quantity, okay, like HP 00, HP 01, okay, like discounts we have. So like multiple condition types are there. Okay, so there are so many condition types are there. So you can go to here in this thing, you can position, click on position, go to PB00. So this is the standard gross price. This PB00 is the time dependent condition type. So how the system will understand this is the time dependent or time independent, because we are assigning this axis sequence. Where you are assigning, go to details and you can assign that axis sequence here. You can assign the axis sequence. What is my axis sequence here? What is my axis sequence here? I have created ZPP, right? ZPP0. So this is the I have created. So you can use the standard condition type. You can change the axis sequence, or you can copy this and create your own ZPP0 condition type for testing. You can put that testing, and you can change the ZPB0 is the our axis sequence. Okay, so first let's create that ZPB0. I'm just creating. Okay, enter and save. First I have created the condition type, then condition type, go to condition type and axis sequence. What is our axis sequence? We have created ZPB0. This is my condition type axis sequence. So this is my own customized. This is also my own custom. So you can see here records for axes. So if you click on here, the system will be displaying that for this access sequence. Okay, if I go to this purchasing organization, supplier, material, plant. So these are the fields, right? We are considering. We are considered that purchasing organization, supplier, material, plant, right? So it will come that. Okay, so save. Okay, so this condition type was created. PB00 copied. If I go to PBWX, also we have the PBWX standard one, which is PBWX. This PBWX is also gross price, but this is time independent. You are not assigning any access sequence. That means you can directly assign entering the price in the PO level. Okay, so interview point of view, if they will ask about that, what is the difference between the PBW0 and PBWX? Okay, so what you can give the example? PBW0 is a time dependent, PBWX is a time independent. PBW0 we are assigning the access sequence, PBWX we are not assigning any access sequence. Access sequence is the search strategy where we are maintaining the condition records with the combination of the different search strategies,
Fields.
the combinations, fields and all. Okay, clear? So based on that we can maintain. So like we have the standard FRA1 also, FRA1 freight in the percentage, freight in the value, freight in the per quantity. Okay, if I go to select this one, click on details, you can see here this is the freight FRA1, and if I go to FRB1, this is go to here, this is the value, fixed amount value. Okay, and if I go to FRC1 and if we go to details, the system it is per quantity. So how the system will be understanding that whether this condition type will be working as per the percentage or as per the per quantity or as per the per fixed amount. How the system knows about that? Because by changing the description it won't be work, right? It won't be work. Description is just the information, it won't be work. So then what is the parameter here? The system will check whether it is a percentage or it is a fixed amount or it is a per quantity. So there is the field called, okay, here calculation type. This calculation type we are entering that if it is a percentage, if it is fixed amount, this is a per quantity or gross weight, net weight, percentage formulas, that it will be based on the calculation type. So you can observe that in the FRA1, double click on that, in the FRA1 it is the percentage. If I go to FRB1, it is the select this FRB1, double click on that, this is the fixed amount. Okay, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so based on the calculation type, when you are defining your condition type, based on the calculation type, the system will be understand that you are calculating percentage or you are calculating fixed amount or it is calculating per quantity. Okay, so even for the gross price also, even for the PBW0 also, if you go to PBW0 also, this PBW0 also having the per quantity. So each quantity, per quantity 10 rupees, per quantity 20 rupees, like that it will be calculated. Clear? Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, any questions still here?
No, sir. Continue.
Okay. Okay, so the next one is same. If you go to FRE1 condition type, okay, or FBRB1, so how the system will be understand that whether it is a discount, if it is a discount, it is a negative value, that means subtract from the existing value, or if it is a surcharge, it is adding that, how the system will understood. Again, it is depends on the condition class and plus or minus. Okay, if I go to here, FRB1 is the additional cost. We are paying that additional cost to freight. So that is positive. If it is discount, if suppose I'm just going with a discount HP00, okay, so if I go to header HP01 discount, this is a negative sign. Okay, so again, condition class and the plus or minus value depends on that the system will be calculating. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, then again, if I go to here PB00, the this how the system knows that whether it is the discount or it is the freight charge or it is the basic price or how tax or cash discount or internal price, insurance price, how the system knows. Again, it depends on the category, condition category. It depends on the condition category. System will understand that this is the what it is. Okay, clear? Clear?
Sir.
Okay, so what else next? The next one is you can see that here manual entry or automatic. So here you can have the options like automatically the system will be searching the value or you are entering the manually in the PO. So when you creating the PO, this condition which is coming automatically from the condition records or you are entering them manually. So or it is a free. That means either it may be automatic or it may be manual. So that is the limit of the here manual entries. Again, header condition and item condition. So there is a two different is PO header condition, PO item condition. PO header condition is nothing but like a if it is a header condition, all the line items are applied. If it is a line item, then it is only for one line item it will be applied. So item level condition type or header level condition type. So like we have the different parameters here it is there. So each parameter it will be justifying that one functionalities. Okay, so when you define your condition types, you have to be properly define your own condition type and you can assign. Okay, once you define the condition types, okay, the next one we are going to that defining the calculation schema. So as of now we just prerequisites whatever it is needed for the pricing project we define. Now the next step is we are defining the schema group. So schema group. So before going to the schema group, you need to understand first thing is how the system will be finding the pricing procedure on what parameters it is finding. So the main parameter is one is vendor, the other parameter is purchasing organization. So based on the purchasing organization, based on the vendor, the system will be okay based on the purchasing organization, based on the vendor, the system will be identifying that okay what pricing procedure should be triggered. So for that what we need to do, for vendor level schema group you can define your own schema group you can define, and purchasing organization level you can define your own schema group. So why sir, why we need a different schema group? Because the pricing procedure, if you see that pricing procedure, if you're talking about a pricing procedure, they might be having the domestic pricing procedure, different pricing procedure, and they might be having the import pricing procedure. Okay, if they might be having that okay service pricing procedure, service procurement pricing procedure, right? Okay, so there are multiple ways, right? Different pricing procedures. So how majorly what is the parameter it is to differentiate the whether it is domestic or it is import or it is service, based on the vendor only, right? Vendor account groups in the vendor account group level we are differentiating that this is the domestic vendors, these are the import vendors, these are the service vendors, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here what we can do, we can define schema group for vendor 1 and that vendor schema group is the reference we can assign in the vendor master record. When you are creating domestic vendors, you can assign the domestic schema group. When it is the import vendor, import schema group you can define, like service group. Like you can define multiple schema groups for each group level of vendors. Then purchasing organization, again central purchasing organization or domestic purchasing organizations or individual purchasing organization, like that, right? So you can create your own schema group for each purchasing organization level, you can define. Okay, so now I'll be creating the schema group. I'll be creating the schema group. So where is that? SAP, okay. So I'm just defining the our own schema group, set calculation schema. Okay, so here we are entering that. First we are defining a schema here. So before that, I'll first create the schema group first. I'll be defining the schema group. So suppliers, I'm just creating the schema group. So I'll be creating that like domestic vendor and import vendor and service vendor. So like I'm just creating the service purchasing schema. So I have created that 3 different schema group for supplier. Okay, again I can create the schema group for purchasing organization. If you have the different purchasing organization for domestic and import, or it is individual, like that, you can define your own schema group for individual. But I have only one purchasing organization, so I will go with one GCEM with a schema group, which is for purchasing organization. So if you have the central purchasing organization, domestic purchasing organization, or import categories wise, if you have, then you can define your multiple purchasing schema groups. But I have only one schema purchasing organization. I'll be defining only one. Okay, now these two are available. Now I can assign that for the schema group to my purchasing organization. What is my purchasing organization? GCEM. So for this GCEM, I'm assigning that my schema group for purchasing organization. So which I defined just now. I have defined a schema group for purchasing organization that I assigned to the my purchasing organization. So now I have assigned the schema group for purchasing organization, but I not assigned to the schema group for directly to the suppliers. Okay, I just define here, but not assigned to any supplier. So because purchasing organization is the configuration part, we are defining only one time at the initially, but vendors are multiple vendors we are creating. Every day we are getting new supplier, we are creating new supplier in the master data in the production system. So we just created a schema group for supplier that we will be assigning in the vendor master record. Okay, now we have defined our schema. We have defined our schema groups. Now the next one is we have to define our pricing procedure, calculation schema or pricing procedure, it is same. So here you can define your own pricing procedure. Standard, we have the pricing procedure RM0000, which is the standard one. Okay, so you can select this one, click on go to control data. You can see that the different pricing components, how it is calculating here, the conditions, net value including tax, freight, and total effective value, actual price value, all border crossing value, all this it is there. Okay, but if you don't want all this condition type, I need only my own condition type, then what you can do, you can copy again. You can copy this one and creating that my own ZRM. Okay, ZRM GCEM, like that we can create. Copy all, just copy, then enter, then save. So first I copied that my own pricing procedure I'm just defining from the existing copy. Then select that, go to control data. Now we have multiple that. So now wherever you want to be changed, you can change it. Okay, now I don't need a PB00 because I have the own condition type. What is the condition type which I created? ZPB0. So that ZPB0 you can assign here. So I'm just, instead of that PB00 standard one, I'm using the ZPB0. Okay, and if you don't want variant, if you don't want value 01 or something which you don't want anything, you can delete it. Okay, so wherever you don't need, you can delete it. Okay, so discount, if you want to maintain a discount, you can maintain a discount. You can you can maintain the surcharges if you want surcharges. Okay, you can maintain the vendor discounts. So like whatever the parameters which is required, you can define that. Okay, now let's understand about these fields. Here there are the multiple fields are there. So totally 16 fields are there. So let's go to, when you are defining the pricing procedure, that means pricing schema, pricing procedure, both are same. Pricing schema or pricing procedure. So there is a 16 fields are there. 16 fields are there. So first step is you are entering the sequence number, step 1, step 2, step 3, like that you can enter that. Okay, so the step 1, okay, step 1 and counter 1, again step 1 counter 2. That means if it is the same condition type, the purpose of the gross price is same, but how it works, it is the time dependent, it is time independent, but finally this price will be calculated, only one price only it will be calculated, not two prices, right? If I have the pen, I have only one basic price, not two basic prices. That means the gross price will be the same. So the purpose of these two conditions are same, but we have the two different condition types. One is for time dependent, one is for time independent. So in that case, what you can do, step 1 is common, but counter will be 2. Again, the next one, if I go to freight charges, the freight charges again, if I go to here, the freight charges, the purpose of this step 1 is 31 only. Again counter 1, 2, 3, and the freight condition type is FRA1, FRB1, FRC1. So all these are the same purpose. What is the purpose? Freight condition, freight price. But again it is calculating percentage, value or fixed amount. It depends on the 3 different characters. But the purpose is same. So step is the same, counter are different. Okay, clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is the 1 and 2 step and counter. Then this is the, anyway you know condition type and description you know. And from and to. From and to is nothing but like a, so what I said, the basic basic price, if you want to be calculate your discount, on basic price, if you want to be calculate your surcharge, on basic price, you want to be calculate this minimum quantity. Okay, how you want to be defined that from and to values can be defined here. Here see, what is the 20? 20 is the net value including discount. What is 21? It is a non-deductible tax. So the finally net value including tax is calculating based on the net value including discount plus non-deductible tax. So these two we are telling that net value including tax. Again, freight is calculating on 20. What is the 20 here? Again, on only net value including discount, not for on tax. It's discounting on only including discount. So if you are defining as 20, it is only this price, this value is calculating on only net value including discount. It's not considering any tax value. So like from and to, you can define that. Is it clear? Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then next, this is a manual. Manually only. Manually means, okay, when you entering this PO, this condition type you are entering manually or it is coming automatically. Again, that manual condition. If you are selecting this manual checkbox, that means you are entering this value manually at the time of PO creation. So that condition manually. Okay. And if it is required, required means what? This field is compulsory. If you are missing this field, this field is missing, then the system should not be accept to create a PO. So this is the mandatory required. That means mandatory condition type. And statistical. So the statistical is nothing but like a, if you are defining the price, any condition type, if you are putting that statistical, that means it won't be impacted on your total PO price value. It is the identical. That means the value is the purpose of it is impacting somewhere but not in the PO value. Okay, in the PO price. So if I just see that mostly in the freight condition we are taking as a statistical. So statistical we are taking as a freight we are taking as statistical because this freight charges we are not calculating on the total PO price value. It is separate to value which is we are paying to the separate transport vendor. Okay, that's why we're just putting this is a statistical. This value is impacted when you are posting the GR because this is the additional burden to our material that is adding to the our inventory value. So this will be go to the again statistical value which will be impacted to the inventory level but not at PO price level. Okay, clear? So where you have the statistical condition type, you can put that checkbox here. Okay, and you can also define this relevant for accounting determination. Okay, that means what is this relevant for accounting determination? So this we don't have earlier in the ECC. Additionally column we got in the S4HANA. So relevant to the account determination is nothing but like if you are planning to post a separate GL account, separate condition type and the separate relevant, then you can select here relevant to the account determination. Okay, that means you have the separate transaction event key or account, that account key will be posted this account. Okay, so let's see here, put the F1, check that. Defined whether a statistical price condition is relevant for the account determination. So whatever you define the statistical condition type, that is relevant to the separate to GL account, separate transaction event key, that you can select here, checkbox. Okay. Then print. Print, what is the print here? If you want to be print this value in the PO printout, that means when you communicating to your vendor, you want to show up this value in the printout, then you can select X. If you don't want, then you can leave it. Okay, so that is the X. And subtotal, requirement and alternative calculation, condition types, all these are which is relevant to the technical above related, where you want to be write the logic. Suppose in this one subtotal, it is the this price which is calculating as a subtotal. Okay, so usually subtotal we are using for, okay, subtotal we are using for the calculating to the storing into some other table. Okay, see here, this PB00 is we are saving in the this KOMP BRTWR. So this table, this is a different data structure which is storing. Why it is storing into that data structure? Because tomorrow if you want to be generate some report, it is very easy to get the value directly from the table. Okay, so if you are storing in the this table, tomorrow my client is asking that what is the actual basic price and what is the total price. So then I can go with this structure, I can get the calculated value. So so all the condition types not required to store in the somewhere, only required whatever it is required, like basic price or total net price or some so total net price it is. Okay, it is total net value price or total value price, effective price. So those you can save into the particular subtotals. Okay, you can see here this border cross value was stored as a in the C. What is the C here? C again carry to the this field. That means tomorrow if I'm just taking the report, I can take from this data structure this field having the value. Okay, so that is the called subtotal. Okay, so this is the purpose of the subtotal. Now the next one is this tree required. This is a requirement. This is for requirement is nothing but like a where you want to be write some logic. Okay, so that logic can suppose this rebate to process. My client is requesting that when there is a rebate process, you want to be calculate the logic. So what logic they want to be written, some code, some formula, something which they want to be write. So you can write in the logic in the format in the. So here you can write the logic. So ABAPer can write the different logic here. Okay, same like Same like here also requirement type. Okay, here also you can define. So okay, so this subdot this requirement and alternative calculation type and alternative condition type, all it will be works as a for logic of writing the condition or writing the your own logic. SAP logic you can write, any customized logic you can write. Okay, is it clear? So 32, if I selected 32, go to here, they can write the logic here. So they whatever they want to be write as a above related logic, they can write here. So here what they are written here, this formula determines the conversion factors and calculates the condition base coming from purchasing info record. So some customized SAP customized logic which is suggested by a client that we written here. So according to your client requirement, you can use these fields to calculate the alternative calculation type or alternative condition type, which we can do. Okay, then there is a account key and accruals. This account key and accruals we are using for when you want to be post a separate GL account. That means you don't want to be calculated on the total PO price. It should be posted into separate GL account. For that value, like freight condition, we are posting into separate GL account, we are paying to a separate transport vendor. So in that case, we can mention that what is the account modifier or account key. So that account key we can define here. Okay, again it is a OBOC related. Now if you remember that in OBOC we have the FRA, so PRD, like we have, right? So this is also one kind of the transaction event case where we can maintain the GL account directly. Okay, so we can maintain separate GL account for that. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
So you can create your own key identifying the different types of GL account. So like we can maintain the total 16 parameters here. Okay, so these 16 parameters are different logic. One is counter, step, condition type, manual, to from and to and required, statistical, like that we can. So based on the each condition type it will works. Okay, clear? So now I'm not changing anything, but I am just assigning my own condition type because I want to show up the access sequence how it works. Okay, so now ZRMGCE is my own pricing procedure. Okay, so go to ZRMGCE. Okay, now this schema group I want to get for my procedure. I want to get for my vendor and only for my vendors for my own purchasing organization. So what I can do now, I can assign this schema determination. The schema determination, you can go to determine the schema group. And what is my schema group here? What we created schema group? We have created the schema group for domestic vendor, right? And we have created for the import vendor, and we have created for what is the domestic pricing budget, right? TP or something which we have created. Let's see. So we have created for this. Okay, this is schema group, no? GCM. Okay, we have created GCM. So first we are assigning the schema group, and what is the schema group for supplier? We have created the D. Where is that? We have created domestic. What we have created here? We have created. What is the schema group we have created? Let's go back. Schema groups, and for supplier, what we have defined here. Okay, IV, domestic import schema, and domestic schema. We have created domestic schema and service schema as service schema SV, and the one is DV, domestic schema, and IV. So I have created 3. So I'll go to here. Again, go to here, define here new entries, and one is GCM is the schema group for purchasing organization, and DV domestic vendor, and I have the own my own pricing procedure. What is my pricing procedure? ZD ZRM GCE. So this is my pricing procedure. So if you have to import separate pricing procedure, that you can assign your separate pricing procedure. So like why we need a separate pricing procedure for the import, separate pricing procedure for domestic? Because in the domestic we have the normal condition type, but in the import okay, sorry. So when we are just going with the import pricing procedure, importing pricing procedure having that like custom duties, okay, like we have import duty, like we have different duties are there. So that's why we just defining the calculation schema for import pricing procedure separately. So that you can create. We can have we can use the any standard one. This is the standard one. Import pricing procedure. In this import pricing, you can see that there are basic customs, CVD, okay, so like all custom related condition types are there. So you can create your own import pricing procedure also by copying this one, put ZIM, copy all, save. So you can use same condition type for my own pricing procedure. So you can create your own condition types also, okay. So you can define schema group here, go to here, and I already defined for the domestic, but I'm just defining now for import IV. Import, when it is import schema vendor group, then what I can do, I can assign my own customized one, that is ZIMP4. So when these are matching, the system will be picking this pricing procedure to get the PO. So let's see. I'm just going to the creation of BP, okay, or I can go to XK02, okay, and I'm just going to the my vendors. In this my vendor, go to here and go to the purchasing data, purchasing organization data, which is like FLV. Go to purchasing data, okay, FLV N01. Okay, go to purchasing organization data, and this purchasing organization data, what you can do, you can assign the your schema group. So you can assign the your schema group here. So where is the schema group here? Here you can assign the your schema group. Okay, you can assign your schema group here. So that for this vendor is domestic vendor or it is import vendor. So let's go with my any of my my business partner. So let's go with any business partners, like I'll go directly XK02, so that it is easy to some series, right? To series or something which is there. Okay, so I'll go with this 2 series. Okay, this is I have, and my company code is GC, and my purchasing organization is GCM. So I'll just assign, go to here, enter change. Now you can assign your, you can go to FLV here, and you can go to your schema group. So what is the schema group here? What is our domestic schema group? Our domestic schema group is domestic DV, domestic vendor, right? So domestic schema. So when I'm using this vendor, what is my vendor number here? Again, vendor number is different here. So vendor generator, this is the vendor number. When I'm using this vendor, okay, so since this schema group is assigned, we already assigned in the configuration schema group for vendor and purchasing organization, because purchasing organization is GCM and schema group for vendor is DV. So these two combinations, the system should be picked at my own pricing procedure. Let's create a PO. So when I'm just creating the PO, entering that my own material, my vendor, which is already assigned a schema group for vendor, enter, and purchasing organization. So system will check that based on the what you are assigned, the purchasing organization, what you are assigned the supplier in the supplier schema group for vendor, and purchasing organization with schema group for purchasing organization. These two combination, the system will check that what pricing procedure it is assigned. So now I'm just creating the PO. Okay, I'm just entering all the other details. Now you can see that there is some condition types which is coming, right? So how we know whether it is my pricing procedure or not? You can click on the analysis. Click on analysis. The system will give you that what pricing procedure it is picking. So what pricing procedure which we are defined? ZRM GCE, right? It is my own pricing procedure. So that pricing procedure we are getting. Clear? Is it clear? So in interview, if they are asking about that, what is the main reason to get the pricing procedure? It is the main factors are vendor in the vendor master record, vendor schema group, and purchasing organization which is assigned to the purchasing organization schema group. These two combinations we are maintaining the pricing procedure. Okay, now here you can see this PB00. This PB00 is the PBXX. PBXX is the time independent, but I don't want. If I want to go with the time dependent, how we can go? We can maintain that condition records. We can maintain that. Okay, we can maintain that pricing condition records. Okay, so MEK1. Go to MEK1. Enter my own time dependent condition type. So what is my time dependent condition type? ZPB0, right? So this is what, right? We just defined out.
ZPB0, sir. ZPB0.
So now in this ZPB0 condition type having the such strategies, like what such strategies we are assigned: plant, purchasing, plant, vendor, and material combination, purchasing organization, vendor combination. So just click on the key combination. The system will display this combination: purchasing organization, supplier material, or supplier plant material. So why we just taking the sequence 5, 10 like that? Because here it will come priority first and second like that. Okay. So now if I go to here, enter the top which we are getting the purchasing organization. Okay, so top we are getting the purchasing organization and supplier. So for these suppliers, multiple materials they are supplying. So I can maintain at a time multiple materials. That's why I just taken as a last priority. The first is the combination purchasing organization at a high level, supplier second level, the third level which is material, because I can maintain at a time for the multiple vendors. If I have the multiple materials I can maintain. If I go to MM60, okay, and if I go to MM60, and if I have go to GCEM is a plant, so we have multiple materials, right? So I can go all these materials at a time. I can maintain. I can maintain at a time for this material purchase organization, this supplier, these are the materials, all I can maintain, like stand. Okay, this is 100, this is 120, okay, this is 90, this is 200, this is 300, okay, this is 400, okay, this is 500, this is 90, like 70, 20, like that I can maintain at a time all the prices. So that's why I just taken as a last priority and enter. Okay, so material again, somebody to change here. This guy is doing, this is changing every time. Okay, so again I have to go back to this. Just skip this one. Okay, again combination, I'm just taking this one. Okay, and okay, I will go back again, I'll come again, it will not work. MEK1, go to key combinations. First option we are taking, and I'll just copy and I'll maintain the values. So like I can maintain at a time for the multiple materials in the here. Okay, so that's what I just taking the, so I can maintain at a time for the same vendor multiple materials. I can maintain all this. Okay, so then if I save here, okay, so this condition records are maintained now. For each material I have maintained the condition records. Okay, now if I create a PO, if I go to ME21N and enter the same material, enter same purchasing organization and other details you can enter. Now I will be selecting any of the material. If it is already maintained, the price automatically it is coming. So that is the ZPB00, ZPB0, which is automatically coming. So no need to enter PBWX manually. It is coming automatically. How it is coming automatically? How it is coming automatically? How it is coming automatically? Because we are maintaining the condition records. We are maintaining the condition records. So that condition records system is capturing the automatically the price information. How we can see that whether condition record or not? Just select this one, click on details. Okay, you can see here it will show you that the amount and the automatic pricing or not pricing. Okay, and also you can go to the analysis. The analysis also can go, and you can go to here arrow mark. Here arrow mark it is finding from this combination. What is the combination here? Again the combination of material, purchasing organization, supplier, material. This is the combination we are maintaining, right? Condition record. So it is coming automatically. So this is the what difference of time dependent and time independent. Okay, clear? So if suppose the supplier is import vendor, okay, if I'm just going to the some other vendor, let's assume that 5 is the import vendor. Let's assume that 5 is the import vendor. Okay, enter. Then I'll go to purchasing organization data, and I will be maintaining the schema group for import schema group. So I will be assigning here import schema group. Import schema group. So what is the import schema group? We have IV. IV is the import schema group. So now this combination is different pricing budget. So let's see whether that pricing budget which is coming or different pricing budget which is coming. Go to ME21N and enter. Now I will be maintain 20005. I will be maintaining 20005. GCM. Okay, now I will take the material, any of the on material. Okay, so since we are I'm just taking that any of the plant, and I will be maintaining. Now you can see that now this is coming import pricing budget. You just click on analysis. If you see that this is the what we created, ZIMPOR import pricing budget. So based on the what we are assigned the schema group for vendor and the schema group purchasing organization, these combinations what you maintained in the condition record. If you see that here, the IV, when it is IV, it will come the import pricing budget. When it is a DV, then it will come is the domestic pricing budget. Like that we are assigned. So it is coming according to the pricing budget. Clear? Any questions here? Okay. Any questions here?
No.
Okay, this is a way pricing budget will be capturing. So here the logic is the very important. What company having that. So you need to understand the company logic and you have to define your schema group pricing procedure. That means schema pricing schema how to define. So they might be having that first it will be calculated the discount, then they will be calculating the freight charges, then they are calculating the taxes. So it depends what they want. So it depends on that what their logic having that. Based on that logic, you can maintain, you can define your net value, you can define your net value including taxes, you can define your total value and basic value, all these things, actual price value and all you can define. So the logic you have to be written that how they want to be. So it is not necessary every condition type is required. It depends what client required. They might be using only set of the condition types like freight, discount, surcharges, and input taxes, and okay, any labor charges like. So based on that you can create your own. Okay, clear? Is it clear? So any condition type you can create customization. So this is the way we will get the pricing procedure. So the combinations are schema group for vendor and schema group for purchasing organization. So this purchasing organization schema group already assigned to purchasing organization, and this schema group for vendor we are assigning at the vendor master record. So these two combinations we are assigned the schema, pricing schema, pricing procedure, anything which is okay. So pricing schema or pricing procedure. So these two combinations, schema vendor plus schema purchasing organization. So this combination we are assigning the our pricing procedure. Clear? So this is the way we will get the pricing procedure. Any questions?